Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. It's a 14 by 14 inch canvas that I have primed the edges of, and they're actually almost dry, but they're being held up by cottage cheese lids to keep them from sticking to my mat. I'm going to use some Mead and Black along my edges to help my colors swipe. Doesn't look like that's going to be enough though. And then I'll swipe that into place. First up, then down. Completely different on both sides. No explanation for that whatsoever. Just must be the way I applied the paint. Then I'm going to put colors in the center on top of probably dazzling white. One more pull through. And throw that in the bucket, or at least wipe it off, which would require me to have a sponge. Good to know, since I did not wet my studio sponge. So now I've picked out a bunch of colors I like in greens and purples. I'm going to go around the inside edge. I'd like something organic, but every time I say that it doesn't work out really well. Not every time, but most times. I have a variety of swipe tools to use. That was Decor Dazzling White. This is Decor 24 Karat Gold. I think I'm just going to try and puddly fill in, that's not a word, fill in with puddles. I've got Bobbing for Apples. This could take a minute or 10. So I'm going to throw a little bit more Dazzling White in there because I'm curious as to what that's going to do. Then I've got, it's not Blue Flame, it must be Snapdragon. That I'm going to pull the top off of because for whatever reason I'm having trouble with it. Maybe it just needs to be thinned. It looks pretty thick. Come on, stop dripping. I tried to clean it before I started. Thought it would be fine. I'm going to use Red Violet. That noise is my dog breaking into my studio while we're recording. I'm going to risk a few things and go with the sour apple. Which I maybe need to find out if I have some more of, because I like to use it. Didn't layer so much. I've got Art Mind's Mystical Mystique. I've got Dancing Fuchsia, which I'm just going to put down on the white for the most part. I've got Perfectly Peacock, which I think is open. I checked most of my bottles before I started. I tried anyway. That's looking pretty thick also. They do thicken up over time sometimes. It's a two-handed bottle. Got Fluorescent Green. Another charming bottle. Might as well just try and take the top right off. Oh, good thing I did that. It was plugged anyway. Now, I've got something I have never used before, or maybe if I used it, it was a long time ago. It's Eye Candy 14 karat nugget gold. And it probably won't even show since I have so much deco art. I want something else. I'm going to put Tickled Pink in. Something that has a lot of contrast from everything else that's here. Should have put some white down on that. What else? Speaking of contrast, Perfectly Indigo, or Perfect Indigo. Maybe a little Cerulean C, and then I'm getting really close to calling it good. I didn't put enough green in there though. I have green tea. If it'll come down. Yeah, almost there. That's going to be interesting. I'm not sure I like that. I'm going to grab some Cerulean C or turquoise. I think the Cerulean C is just easier to use right at the moment. It actually has the same kind of bottle, but it's actually functional and easy to use. Hopefully, I'll get some peacock cells. Alright, that should be enough. Unless I want some more Snapdragon. I think I'm okay. I think I'm going to sneak in a little bit of Whispering Wisteria though. Which looks very similar to the red violet. But that's okay. Now, I got out a bunch of cell activators, but I never use white cell activator. Well, okay, never is an extreme term that I shouldn't use. I'm thinking white. I'm kind of thinking red too. And I'm going to try, without that sweater fuzz or cat hair or whatever it is, with that paint chip. I can tell I haven't used this for a little while. Alright, let's make sure which way I'm going. So that needs to be the right hand edge. It should be black considering that the background is white. I'm going to break down. I'm going to use some Dancing Fuchsia cell activator with it. And I'm going to grab a rubber brush and a scrape dish and take my excess right off my tool. Chances are I'll use that. I like the white. I like the Dancing Fuchsia too. We'll do that again on the other side. Dancing Fuchsia is awesome. This time I'm going to use the turquoise, which is cobalt turquoise from Atelier. I'll throw a little white in there with it. I've got multicolored cells. My hands aren't working very well right now, so I'm a little on the slow side. Come on, I'm almost out of this cell activator. That's not good at this point. Alright, let's turn it around. I've got a little acetate card that I might use. Chances are good. I'm going to try to get some more white out, but I want to use it with black. Actually, on this left hand end, next to my left side, I think it's going to have to be Dancing Fuchsia. Changed my mind. Don't mind adding the odd tendril. That might be exactly what happens. I pulled out some blue, but I don't think I opened it. I did open it. It's cobalt. It's phthalo turquoise, and it's very runny. I really like using multiple colored cell activators. And I'm going back, am I? That looks pretty cool. But I think I got enough white to get to the end stripe. And then I'm going to have to decide about other plans. Do the cobalt turquoise again. And add some Dancing Fuchsia. That's pretty cool. I always admire how the white looks with other people's work, so I shouldn't be surprised that I like it. I've got all these cool colors and those neat shapes. Not sure I'm in love with that. I do like changing the game, trying some new things once in a while. Still want to try a skewer. I like the way that looks. I just want it to be odd. I get a little tired of doing something that looks the same as everything else, even if it's pretty. And I hope I'm known for stealing paint, because that's what I like to do. That's cool. I like the odd shapes. How am I going to do that again? I'm going to at least snag the paint I've got in my dish. And put some more spirals in there. I can probably, they're heavy, so I can probably come back and do that after. I've got a full minute. It'll probably be gone before I get a chance to finish. I'm going to grab, what am I going to grab? I'm going to grab my spatula. See if I can steal some paint. I like the colors. The colors are good. I'm pretty sure I'm going to run out of time though. And the petals might dry and crack because they're really heavy. And I totally need. I'm still playing with this. Happily. Hoping that things work out. Trying to make organic tendrils and stealing paint every so often. They look like, I don't know, shapes like foliage or leaves or whatever. I loved putting dots in. Not sure about that green line, so I'm going to swirl it around. Same with the pink. I hate to mess up something that I like now. got great cells. I could just leave it with an odd amount of negative space. That might be actually perfect. I guess I'm not done yet. I'd like a bunch of wavier lines, but I think it's okay that I don't have them this time. There, I think I'm going to take my chances. There's a bubble there. I always wanted to leave some puddles behind, but I've always known that the chances are, if they're too heavy, it's going to crack. But I do use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my mixes. I don't think I've left any puddles unspun, unswirled. That one could be swirled too. That was just a big cell. There's one, which is good because I really want to steal some paint from there. I like things that make everything sort of odd. Alright, I'm going to torch, and I'm going to call it, and we can cross our fingers and hope. I did it all without any black. That's pretty amazing. Pretty sure. It's the one thing that's kind of bugging me. That's this. You should never do that after you torch, unless you're super duper careful. Even then, the paint is already skimmed up. Fortunately, I know that it will soften up as it sits there. Alright. And I like the black background with the white cells. Pretty cool. I could probably put some more dots in tomorrow if I decide I need them. I can see some of that blingit. It's not blingit, it's some nuggets. 14 karat gold nuggets. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope you come again. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, please. Also, if you'd like to become a member, you will help support the studio in the best way possible, and I really appreciate that. I love you guys. You inspire me always. Bye for now. Priscilla out.